poppin' roomies? Welcome back. I'm Abby.
And I'm Sam.
Today we're going to be doing a little story time. We got a few of you guys to DM us some of the craziest shit you guys have done, some of the craziest shit that's happened to you. So we'll be sharing that. Obviously, it will be kept anonymous, so don't worry about that. And yeah, Sam.
Craziest thing in a relationship. Because there's a lot of crazy things that could be happening in this world.
In a relationship.
Yeah, specifically for that.
Yeah. And just like we always kind of start off our episodes, we're going to take a shot today. We got Henny.
The way you picked the cup up was like...
Because I don't want to take this.
You got it. We got it.
I hate this.
Henny and green tea. What an amazing
This is disgusting.
Combo. Ugh.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I feel like it's great. Warms the system a little bit.
I'm going to loosen up a little bit because we need it. But before we jump right into sharing all your guys' stories, me and Sam are both going to share some of our stories just so you guys don't feel left out, because I feel like a lot of the times we're asking you guys personal shit. And I know we did like our 24 questions in the beginning, but we kind of want to be a part of it too, just so you guys are a little bit more comfortable. So if Sam wants to start off, I will let her take it away. But if you want me to go first, I could do that too.
I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay.
Yeah,
and then
yours is gonna be crazier.
Maybe, I don't know. And just to like refresh everybody's memory, the question is, what's the craziest thing you've done to someone you've been with, or the craziest thing they have done to you?
Yeah.
So which one are you gonna do first?
I'm gonna do the craziest thing that I've done to somebody.
Okay.
I'm not really that crazy. At least I don't think I am. But this was definitely a crazy moment. Like, most moments you hear of, like, your friends doing this shit, and you're like, bitch, why would you do that? And then the next thing you know, like, you're driving, and you're, like, in that same situation. So, but, like, if I had to choose the craziest thing, I was with this guy, like, a couple years back, and both my stories pertain to this person. So, clearly, you already know that's a toxic-ass relationship to begin with. And like I said, I've never done this, but like I was a cheerleader in college. He was on the basketball team, and he was like, there was like rumors. Okay, so everybody in college, like all the athletes, they all kind of hang out, they all party together, they all go to the same things. And I had friends on the girls' basketball team. Well, girls and boys, if they had the same games that day, they would travel together. At least our specific school did. So I got a message from a basketball player on the girls' team where she was saying, like, hey, Sam, you know, like, I know this is, like, fucked up, but, like, that same person that I've been telling you about, she's at his house right now. And,
it's like a woman-to-woman moment.
Yeah. It was real messy. And she was like, and I was like, really? And then, like, I was just like, whatever. Like, and the funny thing is, like, we all lived in the same fucking neighborhood too. So, like, we all lived in the same subdivision, like, area. It was like a subdivision with little subdivisions in it, if that makes sense. So you could, like, break off and go to separate neighborhoods within it. And she lived in, like, the neighborhood before ours. And so, like, that basketball player sent me a picture of his car at her house. And I literally live, like, I could fucking walk to her house. So I was just like,
bet.
Right, I was with my friend.
We in there.
Right, I was with my friend Michaela and somebody else at the time. And I was like, what the fuck, bitch? And I was like, there's no way that, like, he's literally doing this after we've already had this talk. And, like, me being dumb, like, I should have just left. I stayed with him. So it's like, why would I even say, like, after we had this talk, like, I should have just left that.
So this was after you had already gave him, like, a chance for fucking up?
Yeah, like, we had already talked, and he was like, I'm going to let it go. And then, like, okay, anyways. So long story short, I was like, who's going to get in this fucking car with me and
and go fuck him up.
Right, that was never like something I'd done before, but I was just so fucking pissed, and she was so close. First of all, why would you do it with someone in the same fucking neighborhood as you guys?
Did you know the girl?
Yeah, I mean, I cheered for the basketball team, so I knew all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was like, so I get in the car, and my friend Michaela's like, "Yeah, bitch, let's roll up."
Like,
you know?
hyping you up.
No, she's like definitely the friend that if you
Go, Michaela.
say you're gonna do something, she's like, "I'm with it." Like
Right
the
behind
stupidest shit, she's there. So like we were in the car, and like they're like, "Yeah, let's go get this stupid ass blah blah blah," all this other stuff, and we pull up, and like I was like, I don't really remember what happened after that because it was so long ago, but like I got there, and I don't think I actually went into her house. But
So you just pulled up and like stayed outside.
Yeah, like a fucking creeper. I can't remember if he came out or I called him, but I was like, well, you got caught, nigga, so this is it. And he was like, oh my God, I actually went over there to tell her, like, this is it, like, we can't do this anymore.
I would have been like, so then come out.
Right, and I was like, you had to tell that to her in her fucking face,
right.
like a
you
call
text her
device, like you can call her and be like, hey, we can't do this.
I got a bitch.
Right, like what the fuck? You needed to pull up and say this shit to her face. It was one last time, like yeah. So like he swore that it was just screaming and arguing. I'm
mad at the fact that you went all the way over there just to not actually go in there and just kind of stay outside.
So like I don't know. I'm really weird. Like
we know that.
Like I feel like I'm with the shits like on shit, but then certain stuff I'm like you really have to like push me and like I mean first of all
you had Michaela.
I know.
I'm pretty sure she was like in your ear like.
No, she was, but like I think I just ended up like after he said all that shit, I just ended up taking a picture of his car because he's like I wasn't there, and I was like, oh really? Like I literally just pulled up on you and took a picture of your car in front of her fucking house, but I don't think I actually went inside of her house. Mm-hmm. I definitely didn't. I didn't. Yeah. And like I in like college, I feel like I was more like. I don't know, because my friends will be like, there's moments where she would like go off on people in the bar, and I'd like throw my drink at somebody, and then there's like moments where I'll be like, okay, just keep it classy, don't fight anybody, and I think that was a moment
like
where
you had to pick and choose when you wanted to like take it there.
Exactly, like that was already pushing a limit because I'd never even like pulled up on somebody like that, but yeah, I definitely pussied out and like didn't actually like bang up to her door, but like the story of like the worst thing someone has done to me will follow after this, and like they're the same person, so it'll kind of make sense after.
Okay. Well, now that you tell like yours, like you told your story, and like I'm gonna tell mine, I feel like I'm fucking psychotic.
No,
because
you
compared
are.
to like what you did, like you literally pulled up but like didn't go in, and I actually like did a lot more that like followed up with that.
No, Abigail,
so
you are psycho.
Basically going a little bit going back to like the beginning of what happened, I was talking to this guy. It was my first year in college. I honestly don't even remember how I met him, but he was like a few years older than me, and by few I mean like 6. I was 19. He was like 27. Don't do the math because it's probably wrong because I suck at math. But yeah, he was like 27. He had his life together. This was my first year in college. I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. So to me, I was kind of like, oh, okay, like this guy's perfect. Like he got his own place, he got his own car. Like he buys me a bunch of shit. Like it was just like
it was like heaven to a 19.
Yeah, like it was exactly. So I was just like, oh, okay, like this is perfect. And we would hang out a lot. Like we were with each other like every day. And then one day he had told me that like his brother was gonna come into town because he's not from LA, obviously, just like most people out here. But I had already made plans with my girlfriends to go to the beach. So I was like, damn, like you should have told me before, because now like I'm not gonna like flake on them to go hang out with you when you're telling me this last minute. So he was kind of like upset about that. And I ended up going to the beach with my girlfriends anyways. I went, and then on the way back, we had agreed to go to dinner with his brother. So I'm coming back, I'm in the car, we're stuck in traffic. I'm like calling him, and I'm like, okay, like why isn't he picking up? So then right off the bat, I'm like, okay, like something's going on, because he always picks up. Like it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, or like it just didn't matter. Like, he always picked up, so I'm like, something ain't adding up. So, and then I was yes, and then I'm like with all my girlfriends, so like, obviously they're all in my head, like telling me like, oh, fuck no, like, he's doing some shit. Yeah, and they're like, let's pull up on him. And I was like, fuck it, let's pull up. Mind you, we're all still like in our bathing suits, like we just came from the beach.
Your friends are ready.
Yeah, like we looked crazy because we pulled up and like I could see his window from outside and the lights were on, but his car wasn't there. So I was like, And I had a key to his place, so I was just kind of like debating whether I should go in there and just like pop in on him and look like the fucking crazy bitch to like his brother, or just kind of wait and see if he would like hit me back. So we were like camping outside, like watching his window to see if like he would like kind of like if we would see anything, but we didn't see anything for about 30 minutes. So I kind of was like, fuck it, like let's go. Like there's no point of us sitting out here. He's not home. It doesn't matter. Like let's just go. As we're about to take off, we see his car like pulling up to like the park, like his little parking lot. And I was like, no, wait, like we have to go back. Like this is him. So I had the key to his place, but I didn't have like the little like thing to like get into his like parking lot. So I jumped out the car, and when the gate opened for him to go in, I like ran in there. Like I jumped out the car, ran in there, and I was like hiding behind another car. And then he comes out the car, so I start walking over there because I see him. But then I see him walk over to the other side and open the passenger door side. And I was like, what the fuck? And like some other bitch came out, like out of the car. But like she was like a lot older. She was probably like 40s, maybe in her 50s. So I was like I hope I don't look fucking crazy and like this is mom or something. But this bitch was like, yeah, like she looks at me and she's like, who the fuck are you? And she like starts going off at me. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck are you? And we're like going back and forth.
Wait, you just walked up by now?
Yeah, I was just like, what are you like? I walked up to him and I was like, what are you doing? And then he was just like, he was kind of like shocked.
What
like
the
he was,
fuck
yeah,
is
he
she
was
doing
like,
here?
What the fuck? And I'm in my bathing suit. I look fucking crazy. Like it was just not my like brightest moment. But yeah, so like this bitch starts like going off. Like she's just like, who the fuck are you? She's just talking like hella shit, and I'm just like, bitch, like this is not the time to be doing this. Because like right after that, all my girls like were in the car.
So they're like, okay,
yeah, they were on go. Yeah, so I was like, bitch, if you really want to do this, like I got 4 other bitches in the car. Like try me.
And you're like 50.
Yes, and like okay, so the guy, he was like telling her to go inside, like he was opening the door to like go back up to the apartment, and he's like telling her to go inside, and he's like telling me like, oh, it's not what it looks like this is not what you think it is. And I'm like, okay, so like explain. But I wasn't really letting him explain himself because like, you know when you're mad, you're just kind of like, I don't give a fuck, like I'm gonna think the worst thing ever, and that's just what I'm gonna go with. So I ended up just leaving because I was like, fuck this, like you basically got caught. I didn't really like let him explain himself. In my head, I had already made up like a whole scenario. Like there's another bitch you were with. I don't give a fuck. Like we're done. But we weren't really done because the next day, maybe not the next day, but like a few days after that, I still had the key to his place. So the whole time I was plotting, I was like, should I go back and like fuck his shit up and like, or like take his shit and just like be really fucking petty because why the fuck not? Or should I like fuck up his brand new car that he just got?
Or shoes.
Or both. So in my head, I was just like, you know what? Like you really love your car, so I'm gonna go with your car. Like I'm gonna fuck your car up. So he had just got a brand new like Mercedes. It was really nice, and I was like, fuck it. Like you did this to yourself. So,
wait, who's the lady?
Apparently it was like a family friend or something. I didn't believe that shit. I still don't believe that shit.
You think he's like fucking around with someone that was like in her 50s?
I don't know. He was kind of weird. So I wouldn't really like put it past him. I feel like he probably would have like
all age groups.
So much. Yeah, I don't know. He was a little weird. He was very weird actually. But yeah, so like maybe like 3 days later, I want to say it was like 3 days later, I like pulled up. I still had his key, but I couldn't get into the garage because like you had to have like the little clicker. So I literally did the same thing I had done the first day that like he got caught. So I was like waiting outside in my car. As soon as I saw somebody pull in, I jumped out the car, went inside, and I don't know if I should say this on camera because he might watch this or he might not, but I slashed his tires because I was like,
so he never knew
this.
who slashed his tires?
I told him.
Oh, so
because he hit me up. Yeah, he hit me
then.
up and he was just like, so I slashed his tires and then I had a bat and I was like, I'm gonna just break all his fucking windows. Like, fuck it. Like, go big or go home. So as I was like about to do it, somebody was coming out the thing. So I literally was like hiding behind his car. This was some like psycho shit. Like the fact I went to go do it by myself, like now I'm really like considering like whether I was okay up here or not. But but I finally got out of there. Like I left like after I did it. I kind of felt guilty a little bit, but at the same time I didn't because I was just like, I felt so betrayed. So I was like, okay, fuck it. Like you're not about to play me. Like, you know? So I was like, fuck it, whatever. Then he ended up calling me and he was like, he knew it was me. Like, I don't know who else he would have thought.
Right.
It was.
I'm like, I don't know
like,
how you're going to get away with that.
He definitely knew it was me. And like the crazy part is like, he didn't care. Like he was just kind of like, even more like, he was hitting me up a lot more. Like I obviously like wasn't talking to him anymore.
Patient, psychotic.
Yeah. It was so crazy. And then he moved back to Atlanta because that's where he's from. And he's a cop now. So definitely can't go back to that. But yeah, he called me almost like a year ago on New Year's. And he's like, hey, come move out here, like to Atlanta. Like, I'll give you everything you want. And like, I was like, I am not doing that shit again. Like, that shit was so toxic. Like, super toxic. Like that was just like one of the things that happened. Like
wait, so did you guys keep talking after the tire slash thing?
No, and the crazy part is I went to the gym once with Antoine and I ran into him there. And
I remember
Antoine knew him. Like he knew him, so it was so fucking awkward and he was just like trying to like talk to me again and I was just like, nope, can't do it. Like, like I will not. I refuse. Like, And I feel like the only reason I did it was because he kind of did like crazy shit too. Like he would pull up on me randomly. Like I'd be at school. He would pull up like.
I mean, pulling up for surprises is okay, but like pulling up.
Yeah, but I wasn't okay with that. Like I was at school and he would randomly pull up with like Starbucks or something, and I'd be like, okay. Like at first I thought it was kind of cute, but then when I would like get home, he'd be like, oh, like so who was that guy like you were walking with? So I felt like he didn't really do it because he was like trying to like.
It was more like a check-in.
Yeah, like
but
he
if
was like trying
for surprises, it would.
Yeah, it would have been fine, but like I know it wasn't for that reason, and I feel like he knew I was doing shit, and I knew he was doing shit, but I kind of didn't really care at the time because I was doing my own thing too. But his way of like solving problems was kind of like by buying me things, and I didn't like that. Like it was cool at first, but then I was just kind of like, yeah, like what is this, you know?
Yeah.
So that was my.
If he matched your crazy and didn't even get mad, which is like almost kind of weird as fuck to me, like as any normal person would get mad, like then you're like, and then that like scared you up. You're like, okay, this person's crazy.
Yeah.
Says the crazy.
That definitely threw me off because I was like, okay, I know you love your car, and then you're not upset about the fact that I literally just like ruined your tires.
You probably
like,
turned him on. Probably like, fuck yes.
He's like, yeah, she loves me. I don't.
She loves me.
Yeah, fuck no. No. Never doing that again. I mean, maybe, but not with him.
I know, yeah. As far as, like, who's done worse, Abigail definitely takes the cake, I think.
For now. I feel like once you really... I was young, and, like, I feel like I'm not going to say I wouldn't really do that again, because I feel like... Sometimes I
don't know. I feel like you might if you were pushed
I would.
to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I still kind of am petty, like, when it comes to certain situations. But I am a lot better at, like, just letting shit go.
Yeah. I was pettier when I was younger, but now I'm not. I feel like it's, like, almost like if you can do that just because you're mad at me, then that says more about you than me. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I definitely have had some, like, crazy shit happen to me. And I think, like, everybody's been cheated on. Like, I definitely fall into that category. So that's not really, like, crazy. And, like, I've had, like, different scenarios. I feel like each guy has done something weird to me that, like, I would have never done to somebody else. But, like, what definitely takes a cake is, like, the same guy that I talked about that I pulled up on, the one and only time that I actually have ever pulled up on somebody, was this guy. And, like, I feel like he kind of almost made me crazier because, like, he was so manipulative in a sense that, like, he always played victim, and his manipulation was, like, he was never wrong, and it was, like, I did something wrong, even though, like, I literally...
He would, like, put it on you.
Yeah, like, I literally catered to him. But, like, so we went to this party, like, okay, him and the basketball team, like, and the cheerleaders, my group and their group, that we would all hang out, we'd have, like, game nights and shit like that.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes we'd go to parties together, or sometimes we would all, like, plan to go to the same party. And he was like, hey, I'm going to this party tonight. And he was like, are you going? I was like, oh, yeah, I heard about it. I think we're going to go with my friends.
Yeah.
And so my two best girlfriends, Deshante and Michaela, like, we had a girls' night with, like, pre-games before. And I knew they were going to the party because, like, we all knew. So we were like, oh, yeah, we're going to see them there.
Yeah.
And, like, everybody in that, like, group, like that athletic group that we were with, knew that, like, me and this guy were talking for a while.
Were you guys, like, talking, or were you guys, like, together?
Like, I would spend the night at his house basically every night. Like, he literally lived in, like, the apartment building across from me. Like, I could literally walk out my door, walk to his place, and be there. Like, spend the night at his house every night. Had, like... Okay, like...
So, like, you guys were basically together.
Yeah, like, let me drive his car, pick him up from practice, all this other crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, okay, yeah. So, I'm, like, drunk. I'm, like, having a great time with them. We're, like, in the party, like, one wine bottle, like, acting real fucking, like, ratchet. And, having a good little chill time at this corner. I remember we were at this table, like, we were just rapping to, like, the songs. Like, we were so, we were so fucked up, you just stand.
Yeah.
Like, we were just drunk off of wine. So we were, like, standing in the corner, and it was, like, we kind of got there, like, early, so it was, like, not really popping. But by the time they had come in, it was, like, the house was, like, wall-to-wall packed. But before they had got there, the same girl that told me about...
She was there?
Well, the same girl on the basketball team that told me we were, like, he was at her house. Sorry, same girl on the basketball team that told me he was at her house. This was after. So the story I told you before was after this story, if that makes sense. So the same girl that told me he was at her house is the same girl that pulled me aside at this party. And people will be like, to this day, like, oh, she's fucking messy for doing that. Yeah. And, like, maybe she is, because she was, like, doing it, but at the end of the day, like, it was fucking correct. So, like, can I be mad at her for telling me the truth?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she pulled me aside to the, like, back porch, and she was like, hey, like, I just want to tell you because I love you, and I'm friends with you, but I'm also friends with them, so it puts me in a weird position.
Wait, pause. How is she friends with you, and she knows you're fucking with this guy, and, like, she's okay with fucking with him, too?
No.
I would have been upset.
Okay, the girl that told me on the basketball team, she's friends with the other girl on the basketball team.
Okay.
So she's
like,
it was
the girl that was fucking with the guy.
No. So I'm like, she's like, I'm friends with you and this girl, so it's, like, awkward for me, but, like, I feel like technically, like,
you need to know.
Yeah, because you guys both look dumb. So basically, this girl basketball player that we were friends with pulled me out to the back porch, and she was like, hey, the guy that you're seeing, he's talking to the girl that is hosting this party.
Damn.
So I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And then, like, we just kind of conversed back and forth. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, how the fuck did this nigga bring me to the house of a bitch he's talking to? And he, like, invited me and knows I'm here and we're supposed to meet up. So then he comes in and, like, I'm like, I had been crying, but, like, I was fucked up. So I was like, what the fuck? And then, like, me and him he's, like, kind of talking to me. And then the girl who owns the house, she went up to that same friend who told me and was like, why the fuck is he with her? Why is she all on him? Blah, 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 and stuff like that. And I'm like, and then so long story short, basically it was like a huge fight.
Between you and the girl or you and the guy?
Like all three of us. And I was like, first of all, you are the side. I mean, no one should be a side, but like he brought me to your house, that says something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care about you, even though that is so wrong. And like, don't ever bring me to the fucking house of someone.
Your side bitch.
Right. Like, you got me fucked up. So then my friends got involved and his friends got involved. At the end of the night, my friend, she threw a drink in the guy I was talking to his face. She's like, fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? And then Deshante and Michaela are like, all right, let's dip the fuck out because you guys are getting crazy. And like, we were all screaming at each other. And I was like, all right, well, the whole night just ended in catastrophe, and I cried. And but that was a couple weeks later when he was at her house again. He was supposed to end things with her. And
so this is before you had pulled up to her house, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And I was just like, how the fuck would you bring me here? Like, that is disrespectful as fuck. But then she was like, oh my God, like, I didn't realize. Like, no, bitch, you knew. Because everybody on your team knows.
Yeah.
And, like, you see me with him at your house, not you. Which is why you're like, why is he with her? And she was, like, getting mad. I'm like, you shouldn't be getting mad at me. You should be getting mad at him. Because I wasn't mad at her.
Yeah.
Not until she started saying shit to me first. But I was like, you're mad at the wrong person. Like, but anyways, it was just so fucking toxic. And I should have left in the first couple months that happened. But I didn't.
Yeah, definitely. But fuck him. Who cares?
I know. If you're watching, fuck you.
And shout out to Michaela, Deshante, whoever was there to throw the drink. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
I would have probably done the
you.
same. I would have definitely done the same. But my story, I'm going to keep it short because I feel like I kind of had already shared this for our first episode. It was, I don't know, I feel like this is probably like the worst thing or the craziest thing that someone has done to me. It was basically the guy that I was talking to that I thought I was going to be with. He basically had another bitch who was pregnant, and
oh, I remember this.
I didn't know about it until your man told me, and that just kind of like made everything turn in a 180 because I was not expecting that. I was like really shocked because everything that he was telling me wasn't adding up to everything that Antoine was telling me. So I was just kind of like stuck in the middle, but I knew that Antoine had no reason to lie to me. So obviously like I went with Antoine's side, and then once I brought it up to him, he actually like confessed to everything. So then that's when I was just kind of like, you need to go take care of your baby mama and not be worried about what the fuck I'm doing. Because he like consistently kept trying to like talk to me and like leave flowers at my door, leave cards at my door. And I feel like in the beginning I was still kind of like stuck. Like I didn't know whether I should like keep talking to him or not, but that shit went downhill like really, really quick. So yeah, I learned from that, definitely.
Never play with a man who's got a current pregnant girl in his life.
That shit's so pathetic too.
Literally.
Like literally pathetic. But we did get a few DMs from you guys sharing your crazy stories that either you did or that they did to you. So we're gonna share them, and honestly, I was not ready for some of them. When I was like going over the DMs, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was shocked as fuck. Yeah. We were like texting like, whoa, did you see that?
Yeah, but do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
Yeah, take it away.
Okay, so this is from a guy, and he said, my ex was talking to her ex, so I purposely got caught texting a shawty so I didn't have to be the one to end it. LMAO. Real toxic now that I think about it.
I mean, at least he told the truth. That's all I mean,
this is actually like kind of clever because I feel like that's some shit I would do. Like if I knew
so
you were
have to bring over there.
Yeah, if I knew you were like doing some sus shit and I kind of didn't want to be like the one to end it, I would kind of like purposely do something to make you want to end shit with me so that I didn't have to do it.
But like, why feel bad of ending it if she did something fucked up anyways? Just end it.
True.
Like, just get it over with.
But it's also kind of like strategic in the way where it's like, all right, bitch, you thought you were the only one that was like playing me, like I'm playing you too. You know?
That's what's
like
wrong
it'll kind of like get
thinking.
in their head. It'll get in their head for sure. But I think that's why I kind of.
She's on your side.
I'm on your side for sure.
We have a female send this to us, and she said, so I dumped my ex during finals through text and blocked him. He would call me hundreds of times every day on a new number every day, anonymous to the point where I couldn't use my phone. He would DM me, Venmo, email me all my emails. This went on for years. He wrote letters, bitch, with Bible verses and left it on my front door, trying to make that bitch feel guilty. The same man was crazy. When we were together, he thought he had my location because he would want to FaceTime me with him every night to make sure I didn't leave. So I'd leave my FaceTime on my computer, turn off the lights, pretend to be asleep, change my location to my iPad, and fucking go out with my girls. That is some clever shit, bitch. But that's crazy that you had to go to those extremes to get there.
Okay, honestly, what got me, though, was the fact that she said that he was leaving Bible verses on her front door.
Right, and I know her personally, and we worked together, and it was like they'd been broken up, like, years ago, and he, to this day, will send, like, 10-page emails.
I've had that happen. Not 10-page emails, but, like, I had this guy, like, who I talked to a while back, and every time I post, like, not every time, but, like, I would post something every once in a while, and he would, like, go on a fake page and be like, thanks for doing this to me, like, because of you, I'm a dog now, like, you fucked me over, and, like, this made me look at things a whole lot differently, and I was like, okay, relax, like, it wasn't that deep, like, you need to
But everybody has that one person that fucks him up, you know.
But with that, I could, like, picture, like, the guy, like, dressing, like, you know how, like, those Jehovah's Witness people would go to your door and, like, try to leave those little pamphlets to, like, read Bible verses? Like, what if you, like, dressed up like one of those and, like, would go and try to leave Bible verses at her door just to, like, get her attention?
Yeah, that's fucking weird. I'm honestly just so mad that I didn't think about, like, pretending to FaceTime on my laptop and going to sleep and then going out with my friends. That's smart as fuck, like...
No, I had a friend once also, like, her man had her location, and she would leave her phone at home, say she took a nap, and then take her little sister's phone and go out.
Where were these bitches when I needed them? Because I would just take my phone and...
Just like, get caught.
People
would just deal with it.
Yeah, people would just be like, where are you? And I'm like, okay, you're acting possessive. Like, I should have just left my shit.
I feel like people are getting, like, smarter and smarter with, like, how to finesse.
Right. I need to learn from them.
Okay, this one is from a friend of mine. He said she made a fake number and texted me saying she'd kill herself. Didn't know it was her. I didn't know it was her, and other things that just to see if I would cheat. Somebody gave me the idea that it was her. I asked her about it, and she cried like I broke her heart, just to find out it was her the whole time. That's kind of funny because it's not funny, but it's funny to me because I feel like, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I've had people before also tell me, like, they're going to kill themselves. Not that I find that funny, but I feel like everyone's kind of dealt with someone who's like, I'm going to kill myself if you don't get back with me. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, no. Like,
right.
Yeah. So I feel like we've all kind of experienced that before. If you haven't, I don't know what to tell you because that's happened multiple times.
Yeah, I've been depressed over a breakup, but never to the point where I said I'm gonna kill myself. Because, like I said, bitch, dying over someone being hurt, like,
especially someone who fucked you over, like, not happening.
Right. It's a little much. This girl, she messaged us and said, damn, I got a crazy ass one. One time I was so fucked up, but obviously aware of what was going on. The guy that I was fucking at the moment was like, let's do something crazy. Long story short, this dude convinced me to let him take a shot of whiskey out of my vagina, poured that baby up in a shot glass, and then carefully put it in me. Yeah, make sure not to spill it on me either, and he took it. It was fun, but never would do that again.
I'm like trying to picture like how that happened. Like, how do you put, I'm not sure if they put the shot glass in her vagina and he took it out, or he poured the shot inside her and took it out, like.
He must have, like, I don't know, I just imagine, like, her being on her head so that the shot glass is, like, up, and then he just, like, picks it up with his mouth. Because, like, how else would it not spill? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is, like, unless he put it in, like, like, put it in, like, straight instead of, like, sideways. Right, like.
Damn. They definitely got creative. I feel like when you're fucked up, you do a whole lot of other shit that you wouldn't normally do when you're sober.
Right. I mean, alcohol is Like, it cleanses wounds and shit. So maybe it helps your vagina.
Shout out to you, though, because...
Right.
I kind of want to try that now.
I don't know. I'm into freaky things that I don't want anything spilled on me.
No, I don't want it spilled on me, but I'd be, like, down to, like, have somebody kind of, like, put the shot glass, like, a little bit inside you and then, like, take it from there.
I just feel
Does that make sense?
Anyone I've been with probably would not be smooth
down
enough
to do that.
No, just smooth enough to like accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? So
this one was actually like one of my favorite ones. Like one of them that I was just kind of like, what the fuck? She said, "Girl, my ex sued me for emotional distress. LOL." And then she said she actually had to go to court.
Bitch,
for emotional
did
distress.
He win?
I don't know. She didn't tell me if she won or not. But she
Can
said,
you sue someone from emotional distress if you're not married to them? Like,
I don't know. Apparently fucking so.
I wish I would have known that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I could have taken so many motherfuckers to court. And
right. Like, that sucks for you, girl. But, like, if I would have known that, I definitely would have sued the fuck out of some people.
100%.
The next one is from a guy. It says, "Shorty I was with back in the day slept with a nigga the same week we broke up and videotaped it. I knew the homie had a fiance and kid, so I happily acquired the video and sent it to her. I also put it on Pornhub. Was a bad time in life. Learned from stupidity. At least I didn't post it on her Facebook. Wow, you're ruthless."
On Pornhub though, like
right. You probably made them a star.
Out here ruining relationships.
I mean, I like if he was with her, she was technically ruined the relationship, and he just did that person a favor by showing their fiance. Like, I saved you a whole heartbreak 10 years down the road because it's what.
Honestly, I'm not mad at any of these. Like, I'm really not. Like, I feel like I would probably do the same shit in certain circumstances.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the guts to do that, but like I applaud people who do because like you get what you ask for. Karma's a real thing.
You
and
knew what
you
were getting yourself into.
Right.
Okay, this one is from my homie. He said, "I got beat up by this girl I was fucking with at the time during one of my birthdays because she asked me if I had gotten a hug from the specific girl she didn't like. So me already done with her bullshit, I told her that she did, and so what? It's just a hug, LOL. Then I topped it off by telling her that she also brought me a cake and some balloons, which she actually did, LOL. Anyways, that set her off. She was really punching me like I was her enemy. LMAO, that shit hurt too, not gonna lie." So he basically got beat up on his birthday, is what he tried to tell us.
Honestly,
for hugging a bitch.
From the stories that I've heard so far, that is not the worst thing that can happen to you. But I'm sorry that you got beat the fuck up on your birthday.
You know, like back then, I would see like all my guy friends or like my brothers and stuff, like on their birthday, like their friends would like punch them for every year.
Right,
and
just
so
counted as a punch. I mean, you enticed her low key, so
yeah, he definitely like added fuel to like the fire by telling her like, yeah, she brought me balloons and a cake too. Like, so what, bitch? Like,
you got punched instead of pussy, huh? Okay, this is from a guy. "Craziest thing someone has done to me was after an ex and I broke up. She put a YouTube video on me on there and went in on me. Shake my head, told all lies, then hit me up like 6 months later for some dick."
What was the point of the video then?
Right.
It's like talk shit. You're gonna talk shit about someone and then go back to them for some dick.
I mean, we've all done that. I was about to be like, I mean, we really talk shit and gone
like,
back.
Fuck him. I'm never talking to him again. Then he hits you up late at night like, yo, where you at?
Best dick of my life.
You're like zooming over. We've all done that. And if you say you haven't, you're fucking lying. I don't care. You're
Right.
lying.
I would never post a video. I think the only time I would post a video to do some foul shit to someone and like really wreck their name is if we're married. Like if we're married and you really fuck me over,
they're gonna fucking know about you.
Right. I'm gonna put the Bible verses and vows on your
Not the Bible verse.
I know.
I'm fucking dead. Okay, this next one says, "The guy I was dating had sex with someone else in our bed while I was asleep in the bed. I woke up but was such in shock I couldn't move or say anything. Hours later, I was able to get out of bed and they were still laying next to me together." What the fuck? I'm like so in shock. Like I don't even know what to say. Like
I'm speechless.
I'm stuck. I really don't know, one, how you didn't hear them fucking on the same bed as you while you're laying there, and two, the fact that they had the audacity to still be fucking laying there right next to you
Like
while
they
you're
couldn't go to
bed.
another room, the kitchen,
Right.
anything, or even the other person's house. Is he homeless? Like
I don't fucking know. But
I
I
would
really
fuck that nigga up.
I would have caught a body. I don't give a fuck. Like you're not just gonna do that shit while I'm in the same room. Like if you catch your man cheating, that's one thing. If you are doing that shit while I'm in the same room, that's like a different level of like ruthlessness.
Ruthless. Yeah, for sure. You would have to bail me out of jail
ruthlessness.
because them niggas, both of them would be dead. I don't give a fuck. Because at that point, usually you're like, don't blame the person they cheat with. Blame that person because that person made the decision. You're in the relationship with that person. But at that point, if that other person can come into your home and fuck your person, that all goes out the window. You're both dead.
How was that the third person? How were they okay with all this? Like, did he not think that the other person was gonna wake up and like freak the fuck out? Like, did you want to fucking die?
First
Like,
of all,
did you want to die?
Some people sleep with guns next to them.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. I would have caught a body. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not gonna fuck my man in the same bed while I'm sleeping right next to you guys. And then I wake up and you guys are fucking cuddling. Like, what? No, not happening.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Absolutely the
would've been
fuck
gone.
not. 2, 3, I don't know. Like, something would have happened.
So let's see. Okay. Last one for me. The craziest thing, this is by a guy that sent it to us. The craziest thing that someone has ever done is say they love me without meaning it. JK. She cheated on me with my best friend and left for the summer. And when she came back, she dated him all of sophomore year. And the worst part, though, was that my friend pretended the whole summer that she would come back and we would date again. And then when she did come back, he cut me off. Well, that nigga ain't a friend, so.
Y'all need to pick your friends a little fucking wiser, because who the fuck does that? Like, I can't picture myself fucking my girl's man and then, like, still hanging around you and, like, you know, like,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to look at you in your face if I'm fucking your man behind your back.
Same guy that I've been talking about for both my stories. One of my my best friend at the time, while I thought we were best friends, there was rumors circulated after I had moved to California that she had fucked him too.
What
And
is
I was
wrong
like,
with bitches?
Yeah, you really
don't
got
get
some
that.
fucking balls to do shit like that. If it's true, I never got confirmation, but I wouldn't put it past either.
Do you still talk to her?
Hell no.
She's probably watching, and if you are, go fuck yourself, cause
Fuck everybody on
real
here.
bitches wouldn't do that, and especially that guy. Like, he just keeps coming up. We don't fuck with
He's
you.
just mad that I left and he tried to get with one of my friends. He even said that he'd go after her, but in my head I was like, oh, she's not gonna do it. Then I had rumors that she actually like responded to it, and then I heard rumors about them seeing each other at the club and different things that happened.
What?
I was like, no.
Nope.
So fuck them all.
Fuck them both. All right, my last one says, I was with someone for 6 years. She was emotionally abusive to me and cheated on me for 4 years before I found out. She slipped up and bragged to mutual friends who then told me about it. When I confronted her about it with them there, she not only tried to deny it, but also tried making me doubt what I was told. Luckily, these mutual friends called her out on it and helped me get to her to pack her stuff and leave, then sat with me nonstop until they felt I wasn't going to do something stupid. Damn, you have some real friends. We were just talking about friends that ain't shit. These are some real friends. They stuck with you until they knew you were good, and they called her out on her bullshit, because that's what friends should do. I feel like sometimes we let our friends get like carried away with like doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing, because at the end of the day you feel like you kind of have to just like we're all adults, like you're gonna support whatever your friend does, but I feel like if you did something stupid, I would kind of check you. I'd be like, bitch.
Right.
You know, unless I knew this other person, like your significant other, was on the same kind of shit, then I'd be like, fuck it. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. you know?
Right.
But other than that, like, I don't really, like,
You're like,
condone cheating or, like, none of that shit, no.
Don't do anything you regret in the morning, bitch. I mean, I feel like if they're real friends regardless, like, at the end of the day, like, you are your own person, but, like, for people to be like, they're grown, they can do what they want, I don't give a fuck. I'll still be 40 and tell that bitch, if you cheat, you're gonna feel bad in the morning, and I'm not dealing with that shit. So stop being dumb. Like, I've literally intercepted so many things, and I don't give a fuck if I'm a cock block or whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah. I really don't ever think, like, there should be a time where you cheat on someone or, like, you do weird shit unless you know for a fact that they're also on that type of time.
Right.
And you're like, fuck it. Like, I know you're not going to leave him. He's fucking you over. If you're going to fuck him over too, then it is what it is, you know?
At the end of the day, like, that person should be helping you if they have your best interest. Because, like, they should be like, I know you're going to be upset in the morning. I'm going to help you. People who are just like, whatever, fuck it, bro. Like, I do it, let's do it too. They're not your friends if they're encouraging to throw your relationship away, especially if they know you love that relationship.
Yeah, because your real friends will let you know. Like, regardless of what's going on, they're going to let you know when you're fucking up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those were all the DMs we got sent. We are going to be posting more questions, and we would really love for you guys to send us things through our DMs. A lot of the times we won't share who it's coming from. It will stay anonymous. So if you guys do see us posting things and you guys want to share something, please do it. We will keep it anonymous. Whatever happens in room 24 will stay in room 24. Yeah, so now we are going to shout out our small business for this week. We just recently got some stickers made. They came out so cute. We're going to put them on our page soon. So, where is his Instagram? Okay, his Instagram is Beyond Borders Customs. Go check him out. He's in the Valley. His turnaround time is amazing. I literally got our stickers made in like 2 to 3 days, and his prices were super reasonable, so we'll link that down below. We've also been promoting like the visual and YouTube a lot, but we also do stream through Apple, Spotify, and if you go to our link tree it's basically on all our socials, it'll let you listen to our podcast for free on Buzzsprout. So it's all there. Go check it out. I know a lot of people don't have time to like sit and watch the whole thing. If you want to listen to it in the car, if you want to listen to it while you're working out, go check it out on Buzzsprout. Or if you are on Apple and Spotify, go ahead and do that too.
Yeah, and please engage with us. We want to know what you guys want to hear all the time when we're in the room, because this is for you. And we're excited for next week. We hope you guys are having a great spooky season so far, and see who has the keys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.